Alright guys, we have the 2010 Chevrolet Aveo here today with us, and today we are going to be doing a valve cover gasket. As you can see, the valve cover has been leaking, so we will replace that. Here is the part number that we are using, and let's get started. Any questions or comments, please leave down below, and don't forget to subscribe. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is going to pop out this cover. You want to try to slide it over until it pops. There we go. Just clipped in. Exposes our coil packs. We could go ahead and pop out this wire. They both pop upwards. Okay. Looks like we're going to unplug it down here, which is your O2. Okay. Whoops. We just want to give enough room to play. Same thing down here. Let me just get a pair of pliers. Pair of needle nose. You want to squeeze the back of the tab and it'll allow you to bring it on through. Just like that. Alright, so from looking at it, we have some T45s that hold in the coil packs. We have some E10s that hold the perimeter of the valve cover gasket. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and start clearing the wiring out, clear the coil packs out, and this should be a relatively easy job. Okay, here's for the coil packs. Okay, so this white tab is a lock. You're gonna have to scoot the lock back. So scoot it back on both sides. I'm just using a flathead. Once you get the lock like that, then you can push this gray part down, and that's how you release the clip. So once you push it down, it's gonna take two hands, but you can pull it off. All right. Oh, look, you just slide it up. There we go. Okay, once we slide it out, got some space. Let's pop this out. That exposes the valve cover. We probably could get away just tucking all this away. Coil packs. Oh, look at that. Cylinder 2 is just dripping oil. Surprised it's not causing a misfire. We'll clean that out, but yep, another reason why we need a valve cover gasket. Look at that. All right, so look at that. That spark plug is covered in oil. One dry, two starting to leak, and that one's a pool. So we'll have to go ahead. Another reason to change this. Okay. So, as you can tell, it's been leaking. We have everything loose enough where we can free up the valve cover. Now, it is these E10s. We will have to remove this PCV, which looks like it's a style where you need a pick. So let me grab a pick. I'm gonna take a pick and I'm gonna slide this clip, not out, but just to release it. Okay, when the clip's like that, you can go ahead and wiggle it off. See, just popped off. So when we reinstall, you'll push that in and close that clip to close it. Okay. Oh, clip just fell back into place, but we'll deal with that later. Now I'm going to start removing the perimeter bolts, and we could go ahead and pop this valve cover off. And the way these work is they do not come completely out of the valve cover. They just, you'll see, they sit still in it, but they get loose. Look at that. Valve cover gasket broke even as it was coming out. I'll have to clean that up. Alright, so we want to prep this surface for the new valve cover. So we're going to take a rag and wipe it all down, as well as break off with a razor blade any pieces that need some really good. There we go. Alright, let's wipe it all down. Okay, so you went ahead and cleaned majority of this mating surface, but check this out. Look at cylinder 2, man. That thing is a pool of oil. You barely even see the top of the spark plug. So I'm gonna stick some rags down there and start soaking up as much as I can. We got one dry one, and you can tell all the other gaskets were leaking. There's on the valve cover, you got little gaskets here that, you know, keep oil from going to spark plugs. It's obvious that this one was failing miserably. And we'll go ahead and clean this one up. Alright, so here's our old valve cover. We need to start pulling the old gasket out. This thing's pretty. Seen some better days. That's trash. Now if you look, these around the spark plug tube, there's another gasket as well. We're gonna have to really work out of it, because they are crusty. See, it's just breaking as we remove it. There's another one. There's another one. This thing's just falling apart. This is all one piece, just keep that in mind. Or it should be. It is broken in many, many pieces. There it goes. Okay. So now we're going to take some paper towels and we're going to clear out the runway for the new gasket. Okay, time to install the new gasket. So we're going to pull out the bag and we're going to line it up in the holes. Okay. All right. As you can see, it used to be one piece before. So if you look, there's these little grooves. The grooves go down, so it faces like this. Okay? So we'll start working it. Okay, so we have the new gasket in. You see these little square parts? That's meant for RTV. So we're gonna put in RTV, just a dab of it. And where that goes is on the motor. It goes right in these grooves where we meet. Okay, so we'll put a dab of RTV there. Take some RTV. All right, time to reinstall. Make sure everything stays in place. The gasket doesn't fall and start hanging down. Just want to make sure everything stays in place. All right, so we have the valve cover back in. Now I'm just gonna time lapse the rest, but all it is just plugging things in and reclipping everything. So remember the T45s for the, or T40s? Yeah, T40s for the ignition coils. And then I unplug this down below, same thing. You have a white that's a lock. You have your other wiring harness here that just needs to be snapped back in. I already snapped back in the PCV right there. I'm just going to time lapse the rest, and if you got any questions, let me know. All right, and that's how you do a valve cover gasket on this 1.8 liter Chevy Aveo. If you have any questions or comments, leave it down below. Relatively not too bad of a job.